Tuesday Night Racing here at LFR, and I am your host, Kingzone94, and I'm here with Lee, aka Flea 1996, and it's a wet qualifying, Lee, here at Britain.
I'm jealous.
How you
I'm
doing?
seriously jealous.
How you doing, mate? You alright?
I'm good. I'm good, to be honest.
Just jealous.
Yeah, because I do love a wet race, or a wet qualifying at least. It always spices things up. So I'm actually hoping for a good mix-up, to be honest. Probably see a couple of people sliding about if it's going to be dry in the race.
Definitely, we'll definitely see that indeed. So yeah, we're Silverstone round 7 in Tuesday night. We had round 8 in Austria last night. It was a cracking race. Go and check that out on the channel. Obviously, somber week this week with the passing of Murray Walker a couple of days ago. So as you saw in the stream, it's in memory this week of him, and obviously we're tributing him this week with a lot of the drivers from last night and tonight, with the number 97 on his car, which is the age that he passed away, with a few tribute helmets as well. Yeah, really sad. Obviously, voice of Formula 1 was really nice chat. Definitely, obviously didn't know him personally, but well, as they do say, don't they, Lee, that a lot of people did feel like they knew him personally, and they were sort of in his homes on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and well, I do know that very few drivers turned down an interview. Like, it was very little.
Yeah, he was very good friends with all the drivers, especially people like Nigel Mansell. I heard today. Oh, Nige. Yeah, so yeah, we've got a few tribute helmets to go through, and obviously going to be a little bit harder for us to distinguish drivers at some points tonight, with a lot of them with the number 97. We're seeing H. Bosworth with the 97, as well as his teammate Amril, who is a new driver tonight. So yeah, got to talk about that as well. We've got a few new drivers here on Tuesday night. Drismic is got a quali ramp from last week in Vietnam, so he will be starting 19th and last, unless we have Judd Santee, who's the only one not to arrive as of yet. Obviously 19 drivers, as you can see on the left hand side of the screen there. Just waiting for some of the guys to start a lap. We haven't actually had anyone start a lap yet. Obviously there were some guys just working out setups, I think, and strategies now, because it's going to be a bit of a bonkers qualifying, especially as it's seeming like this weather is probably going to hold out the whole qualifying session, or most of it anyway, Lee.
Yeah, I'm just watching someone board to see if anybody's slipping a little bit, and then that could be a dead giveaway if it's going to be dry in the race or not. And if anybody's there and knows if it's going to be a dry race, please let us know in the comments.
And we see, sorry Lee, we see Tim, a new driver for the McLaren, reserving tonight. Stantan has retired from the sessions. That's 2 drivers out already, Lee, so we're only going to have 2 drivers be eliminated. Yeah, he's crashed out at the exit of the pit lane by the looks of things. But yeah, that is not good for the Alfa Romeo driver. Obviously we usually see Stantan with a little bit of a following, Lee. But as I said, with Tin at the moment, and he's feeling like he's in that film Tokyo Drift at the moment, coming through Luffield and now down towards Cops, easily flat in the dry, nowhere near that in these conditions, as he's getting a little bit of kick off the curb on the exit, and now into the absolutely amazing Maggot Beckett Chapel complex here, probably one of the best sections of track on the calendar. And down the hanger straight now, up towards Stowe, which is another seriously quick right-hander. You just got to throw it in, get it closely onto the apex, and try and run it out right to the white line on the outside, and keep the speed up into the final chicane here. And see how he does. Dark Stomper's gone fastest, Lee. And Tin is gone second. That's very close between those two drivers in these conditions, actually.
I think he got a wee bit of, coming out of Blob, he got a bit of kick of oversteer there, tail end started to go a wee bit from him, so I think it would have been, you might have just tipped Dark Stomper there if he didn't slide out a wee bit there. Because there is only about, it's less than a tenth, so yeah, he would have just tipped him for the lead there.
Just to, well, not necessarily go off topic on times, it's actually really nice to see tonight, Lee. I don't know if you noticed, pretty much everyone has got the number 97 tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that was the same with last night. Myself, I was changed from lucky 13 to 97.
Yeah, well, it's lovely to see. And all these tribute helmets as well, which we need to go through in a minute. Obviously, we're just concentrating on these wet conditions, which is the... it hasn't been wet like this in LFR yet, I don't think. Definitely hasn't on Monday, at least. Seen some quick times fatality getting up there as well. These times are quite close in the wet for the top 4 at the minute. Got a few more guys on laps. Let's have a look. We've got Mars on a lap. We'll see how he does with that gearbox glitch at the moment, which is lovely. Coming round Cops now, down towards Mackett and Beckett. And got to be super connected through here. He's got a Red Bull just getting out of the way there. I really hate that glitch, I have to say.
I think everyone does, to be honest.
Yeah, I do as well.
Just makes me think of, do you remember that, the guy that was at the US Grand Prix a few years ago? It just makes me think of that guy, but if it was just constant. It's quite funny if it's just a wee bit, but then it's just, after like 5 seconds, you're just like, no, not anymore.
And Veloce's put in a, I think the weather, I don't know if a couple of people have done a couple of laps and just been a little bit more confident. It doesn't look like the conditions are proving whatsoever, but those top 2 are right up there at the minute. I did predict this, Lee, with this sort of top 5, top 6. We still got, pardon me, Bazaboy to set a lap, and Carl as well, which is another new driver for tonight. And I do think these guys are all going to be quite close together, so it's probably about 6 or 7 of them. And there's Carl, who has just set a lap. He's done a 1:40.2, but of course it is wet conditions, and when we trial these drivers before they come into the league, we only actually do it in dry conditions, so this is a bit of an unknown at the minute for some of these drivers. But the ones that I thought were pretty quick, I was just seeing Delta just getting out of the way, and Amiral getting out of the way as well. I think it looked like he made a mistake. He gets a big kick of oversteer there, having a little bit of fun with the right foot. And just seeing Bosworth come into the pits. Got Mars, I think he's on another lap. I think he's just had another go, and why not? And he definitely was having another go, because he's about to go into the wall, or just missed the wall. Very fortunately, I think fatality, I don't know, he's just about to finish that. There's a couple of other guys setting laps now. We've had 13 drivers set laps. A couple of guys haven't even hasn't even come out of the pitch yet, so we'll have a look. We've got, let's stick with Bazaboy, Lee, shall we? And do you need to get off at any time soon, for a minute?
Yeah, I'll need to head off for a few moments, but would you mind cover for me?
Yeah, if you go now, that's cool. Just before the end of Q1.
Mixed disqualified.
Oh dear, what was that for? I
So
wonder...
it looks like Driz might be starting from 18th.
Yeah, well, that's not good for the Mercedes team today. That will be 18th and 19th on the grid by the looks of things. And Bazaboy has just lost the car. He hasn't got many minutes to go, so he needs to try and at least get a banker lap in. I'm doing Murrayisms now tonight. I do Murrayisms every week, actually, to be fair, and I think he might have already stepped out. So Bazaboy still not to set a lap. Milan Massimo has still not set a lap in this Q1 session, nor has Cons YT. And as we're waiting for this, haven't even gone through this yet, or for me, talked about Murray, obviously a little bit more important tonight, but we will go through the drivers and constructors standings. So just bear with me a minute as we see Milan Massimo just starting his lap, and we'll see how he does through turn 1. Almost loses the car, but he keeps it on straight and narrow on the black stuff, and going round turn 3 now into turn 4 of the loop, and now coming up towards Aintree down the Wellington straight. Also another driver with the 97 on their car this evening. It is really nice to see. Obviously it is really unfortunate, but it's been lovely to see a lot of the, I don't know if anyone else has been catching them on YouTube, on the Formula 1 channel, or the Murray videos, or the two I've seen. I listened to Beyond the Grid as well, which he did about a year and a half ago, a bit of plugging the F1 in, and yeah, no, it was really nice actually. He seemed like a really lovely man. It seems like such a nice thing, doesn't it, that you can just do a job that you just love, and it's not a job. And found out today that actually he had a full-time job as well as doing that, which I think was just incredible, up until he was 60, I think. So, drivers standings. So we've got Veloce in first place at the moment in the Renault with 87 points, 68 points for second place, which is Dark Stomper. Bazaboy is in third in the McLaren with 43 points. Judd Santi is in fourth with 34 points. Close behind is Avinash with 33 points, who's not here tonight, both those drivers actually. Mitch is in sixth in the Mercedes with 32, 27 points for H. Bosworth. Iggy Combo is in the Williams with 19 points in 8th place. 9th place is Mars on 19th points also. 10th is Beckett on 17 points, 16 points for Phoenix. Delta has 15 points in 12th. 13th is Fatality with 12 points. 9 points for Stupicar, who's also not here tonight. Cons YT is on 8 points. Milan Massimo is on 4 points in 16th, Constant 15th. Drismic, Stantan, Amaral, and Carl, sorry, just couldn't remember who our new driver was. Carl have not got any points yet, but of course those two are new drivers, along with our other reserve driver of Tim, who may have a seat for next week. We don't know just yet. But back to qualifying with 4.5 minutes left to go. We've got Mars out on track, and I say out on track, he's out on the grass. He's the Renault lawnmower at the minute, and that's not something he really wants to be at the minute. And he is in 5th place. Obviously we've had 3 drivers out, so there's only going to be 1 driver eliminated, and Cons has not set a lap as of yet. Bazaboy is on a lap. We'll stick with him as he's down in 15th, and I'm sure he can do a much better time. Well, I'm positive he can do a much better time than that. I'm sure he can be up in the top 7 or 8 at least. Retired from the sessions, Cons YT. I Marshall has also retired from the session. That is technically the end of qualifying now, with a load of drivers not even bothering to set a lap, which I think is amazing. Bazaboy is still going to finish his lap though, even though he's safe. He might not know it though. So let's just see what he can do around these last couple of corners. Goes 6th fastest, so there you go, right next to his new teammate of Tim. So I think this is probably, there are going to be some drivers still doing a few laps. We've got an inter-rudder now, so we'll actually have a look at the tyre compound with them fitted. So yeah, they're all going on to Inters now, so the rain is easing up. It does look a lot better, to be fair, and it can dry up very quickly in this game, a little bit more than you probably would expect. And we'll just quickly talk about the constructors, as we were just having a look at some of those lap times then. So obviously Veloce is our leader in the top three of Veloce, Dark Stomper and Bazaboy, so keep an eye out for them tonight. And in the constructors, with no surprise, is Renault with 141 points, and of course crucially Dark Stomper was racing for Renault earlier on in the year until Mars claimed his seat. Of course Dark Stomper's back now with the Haas, but he gave helping hand to Renault, so they're all at 141 points. Haas has got 82 points in second. Scuderia Ferrari has got 69 points. Alfa Romeo has got is in fourth, sorry, with 64 points. Fifth place is Mercedes with 51 points. And McLaren has got 43 points in sixth. The AlphaTauri is in seventh on 34 points. Williams are in eighth on 29. Red Bull are in 25 points, along with Racing Point, and they're joint 9th and 10th at the minute in the Constructors' Championship of Tuesday Night Racing. So there is a bit of a gap with the Renault and Haas at the minute, but as you can see, Renault and Haas are occupying first and second until I say that Fatality comes in and puts in a faster time of over a second, but he's crucially on the intermediate tyres in the session. Dark Stomper has invalidated his lap time, so he must have done that out of the final corner, surely. So we've got a few more guys doing laps. We've got Schiffer setting a lap at the minute, of course, reserving for Iggy Combo, and he goes into the wall there, so not great for the Williams reserve driver. Obviously got a couple more weeks, I think 3 or 4 more weeks until Iggy is back in the car. So if Iggy is ever watching, let's hope he's cheering on Schiffer, because he's getting his points, well, team points anyway, in the bag at the moment. Beckett is now retired. I am surprised there's not more guys retiring, but I'm sure they're getting a few laps under their belts in these conditions. I don't think we've had weather like this for a little while, or at all actually, in Tuesday Night Racing. Latin is also retired, as they are now safely into Q2. And just thinking, Drismic there getting his quali ban, starting 16th, so that's worked out quite nicely for him there. So we are just waiting for a couple of these drivers to finish their laps. X-Ray Delta on a lap at the minute. And we'll have a look at Tim, one of the new drivers in this league, reserve driver at the moment, but we'll see what he can do in this qualifying session. So we'll just wait for these last few drivers to cross the line. So he puts in a stonker there of a 35.7, a second faster than Mars in second. So we've still got a lot of time to be gained now into Q2. Bazaboy has left the session, so you can just give me a second. I will just try and invite him back, as I haven't got Lee with me at the minute to be able to do that. So just bear with me 1 second. And yeah, we're back. So we're just waiting for the last few drivers to see what Dark Stomper can do. goes fastest, 35.5, a couple of tenths faster than Tim, but I'm sure this track is just building up and building up. We've got one more go. We've got Phoenix, who's just diving into the pits. We're going to have to wait a few seconds. It's probably time is going to run. So we will just be back with you in a few moments' time. And we're back. So, obviously, first place went to Dark Stomper there, as you could just see on your screens. So yeah, first place for Dark Stomper in that session. Tin was in second, and Amaral was in third. So it's nice to see two of the new drivers right up in the top of the order at the minute. Beckett has gone out of this session as well. So we've had, and iMarshall. So they must have crashed out and not seen that. Yeah, Beckett out of the session, iMarshall is out of the session, Drismic is out obviously with the quali ban, Stantan is out because he crashed, Cons YT is out, I'm not sure what happened there, and Mitch is out from his disqualification. So that was a bit of a hectic Q1 on the disqualifications and retiring part. But now we're going to get into Q2. We're going to see what the weather's getting like. Cause there is, even in game, it'll do like a 10, 15, or however long it is. I think it's only 5 minutes actually. 5-minute jump in time. And we have still got a little bit of rain. So I think it's still going to be intermediates. But crucially, we've only got 13 now. So there's only going to be 3 drivers to go out in this session, of course. Unless there are some more incidents on track. But we do hope that doesn't happen in this session, but it can happen, of course, in these wet conditions. So we're just hearing a couple of engines fire up now. We'll see who comes out on track first, and we'll see what tyres they've got fitted. All intermediates, which I expected. So we've got a couple of Renaults by the looks of things. Yeah, we've got Veloce and Mars, and a racing point of Amaral, and we've got Carl. So Carl is first out on track in the Alpha Tauri. So we'll see how they get on now in these slightly better conditions than Q1, but we still don't know what is going to happen, of course, because it is wet conditions. It is a bit greasier, and you really see the driver's quality come out in wet conditions. Obviously, in real life, that is genuinely the case, and I really do think it is the same in game as well, because it isn't easy, especially if you're running no assist, which I know a lot of drivers in this league on Tuesday do run no assist, so we will be interested to see what happens there. Obviously no one has started a lap, but pretty much everyone is out on track, with Dark Stomper and Phoenix being the only drivers out. And I say that Phoenix has just come out the pits, so as I said, lovely to see these 97 cars tonight, and these tribute helmets, and I think this is one here from Milan Massimo possibly, I'm not too sure. Obviously we have got a few black helmets and some of that bit of colour. We've got some white ones as well. Quite hard to see with the halo these days, and especially in these conditions. So I'm not too sure. Yeah, Carl has already started his lap, so we'll stick with the Alpha Tauri driver, and he's already gone wide and off the track, so that was not a good start from this man. He needs to be careful with his corner cutting there. It can get you into a spot fodder. I think we've got Mars on a lap next up. I think he's got the AlphaTauri just ahead of him, so let's make sure he gets out of the way, which he does. And he has got Veloce, his teammate, very close behind him. But we're all seeing what he can do. Got a yellow flag down straight. I think that is a Red Bull just getting out of the way, which it is. It's X-Ray Delta, and his teammate Milan just got through as well. We'll go back to Mars for the time being. He's just crashed into the wall. I don't think he's out of the session. No, he's just got away with that. That was very lucky from the Renault driver. Just got to make sure not to get anyone's way and get off that racing line, as he does quite nicely there. So we're just going to see, obviously it's Chris' teammate actually, Veloce, who's just coming in to the final 3 corners at Silverstone. He's just about to cross the line, and he will go fast as he sets the benchmark up at 1:35.4, which was quite close to the times in Q1, I think, already. Amaral 35.7, 37. It's dead for his teammate H. Bosworth, fatality 36.2, not so close yet in Q2, 35.8. That's not a little bit closer between the top 3. Got a few more guys to set laps. I think that was Bad Boy not doing so well in the right conditions in there, but it might dry up for Q3. I'm starting to doubt that it will. Shipper just about to start that. We've got Dark Stomper on the lap. We'll stick with Dark Stomper at the minute as we're coming down to Stowe corner, and obviously he has to brake quite a bit, and he's in his lap time actually, so I'm not sure if he can come into the pits. No, he's going to have another go, and we'll see what he can do on this next attempt. He's coming into turn 1, Abbey. Takes a lot of speed, he was very committed through turn 1 there, and he did almost lose it, but it's paid off nicely for him into turn 3, getting a big kick, and now round the loop through Aintree, an easy flat corner here. It's just a little thing on to the Wellington straight. Now we're going to come down towards Brooklands and Luffield, which is a really satisfying section to get right, I think, especially Luffield, and getting the right line on exit is really quite satisfying, as he's going to use the run on the curbs, which can be a little bit sketchy in the wet, but he manages it pretty well, which leads to more times going at Mars. Plazaboy now set a faster time, and he's into 2nd place, but Veloce has still not been knocked off that top spot in Q2 at the minute. Through Maggots and Beckett's, and he messes up the first part of Beckett's. Now he goes through Chapel, and I think he's just going to finish the lap. I don't see why he wouldn't. He's coming down towards Stowe corner. As I said, it's quite a hard corner to get right, quite committed, and obviously it goes right downhill here. There's a little bit of elevation change in Sector 3 on this circuit, not too much anywhere else, of course, being an old airfield. He's coming around the final corner now, goes 4th fastest. I'm sure Tuxnumper's not going to be very happy with 4th though, if I know him all too well in Holidays' next lap though. I don't know if he's going to try again, but he definitely can't now, so we're going to go to Schiffer, who still hasn't set a lap, and he's definitely on a lap now. I'm just thinking, guys, I wonder when Lee's going to return. We will have to wait and see for that. so Schiffer is still on his lap. We've still got Milan and Carl in the pit, so keep an eye out for them. I think they're just going to try and wait and see, as I hear a nice little cough, which makes me think the man Lee is back, which he is. So that was a little bit longer than you thought, Lee, because that's 6.5 minutes or thereabouts to the end of Q2, mate.
Yeah, it was longer than I expected. I honestly thought it was only going to be like 5 to 10 minutes tops.
Anyway, it doesn't matter, but if you notice something particular about Q2?
It's drying up, so yeah.
Why don't you have a look at how many drivers? Look how many drivers are in. As we've seen Schiffer hit the wall, and I was on board with it when he went across the line. He set his time, and he's hit the wall on the exit of the final corner and just done this epic spin.
I just got a message from Mitch. Is he back in yet?
Yeah, he is. I didn't actually notice he'd left, to be honest.
Because I just got a message saying I kicked him out again, so...
It's unfortunate for Schiffer, so he's going to be starting 13th. But not too bad, and I was saying Drismic actually, Lee, he's got a good qualifying band to be fair, because he started 16th.
What was it that happened to the other two drivers?
A few people retired, but I thought they were retired in the pits, but even if they did or didn't, I'm not too sure. If Marshall, I knew it was Marshall and someone else, I can't remember who the other one was, that retired, did you retire in the pits or not? Because I thought you did, and it kicked you out of qualifying, so I'm not too sure what happened there, but obviously one got disqualified, and Collins YT didn't even set a lap and retired, which I thought was strange. You can see Milan Massimo invalidate his lap time, but don't worry, another Murrayism on and out lap. So we're just waiting. I was saying it's nice that we have got some of the new drivers, Lee, that are right up there.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Amaral, Rafiq, and Pat, and
Carl still hasn't set a lap yet, so we'll just keep an eye out for him. But I think he's just waiting for the conditions to get a little
not want to risk it.
Yeah, which is
he's
quite a
got his softs.
It's actually just stopped raining, Lee.
Yeah, it's still interim weather, I think.
And Milan Massimo is out as well. Oh my god, that was a big crash. I just was on board with him when that happened, so we now had two drivers out, so only one driver is going to get eliminated, so Carl really does need to set a lap time now, but as I said, if he goes out on the dries now, Lee, though, that's not very good for Carl, because everyone else will have a fresh set.
Yeah. But that might be the only thing you could do to stay in. People might be away to come out on the dry tyres, so I mean it is one of them 50-50. Should you risk it and go out on the intermediates and try and get a fresh set and not crash out, or do you go on wait for it to go dry? Do you get that banker lap in just in case?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it myself where I've went out to do a banker lap on wets and crashed out when I knew it was going to be drying up, and I was kicking myself, to be honest. So yeah, I understand it's one of them risk-reward type scenarios.
Yeah, it definitely is. Some of these guys are still setting laps. Carl still hasn't come out the pits with 2 and a bit minutes to go.
Well, better get a move on. I think, yeah, he's just slammed the inters on there. Let's see, I think that's him just coming out now, is it? Yep.
I think Mitch might need another invite, Lee, sorry to cut you off.
Don't worry, I've done it. I've seen it. Way ahead of you, buddy.
Thank you. Just give me a second, Lee.
That's no worries, man. Yeah, by the looks of it, everybody's going to have a fresh set to play with. Come the start of the race.
It does look like that. And if you would like to, could you just take us around with Carl for a minute, please? He's just come out the pits now to do his run earlier. I'm just with him at the minute.
Yeah, it's alright. I'm on him right now. Oh, he's got the gearbox glitch. That ain't fun.
Oh, it hasn't.
See him coming
it hasn't for us now. He has got a driver behind. I think. Oh no, it's on. He's on an outlap anyway. This weather is really. I think Carl's pulled a blinder here. If he doesn't invalidate, of course.
Yeah, it's one of them. You've got to, if you're doing the one lap, you've got to make sure you don't invalidate, or you are bugger, pretty much. So see him come around Vale into the club, way to start his lap. Nice and smooth, coming into farm. Nicely done there. In the road village. Onto the Wilton Straight. Oh, there's a couple of cars up ahead.
So I'm not sure who they are because they've all got 97.
Oh no, they're out. Well, Phoenix. Yeah, there we go. He's moved out the way. That's nice. Nice gentleman there, getting out the way. He's coming out the tops. Using every part of the track there. Oh, a little bit of shaky on the exit there, coming into Maggots. Into Beckett. Java waiting to get on the power bit here, there we go. Oh, as you see, it appears it could possibly knock down to a purple sector there. Through Stowe. A little bit of a lock-up going into Vale there. Oh, nice. Makes it in well, third before him, pushes him down to the car and puts in a time of 1:35.6. And DRS is just enabled, just as Carl crosses the line.
Very interesting. So Carl got that lap in perfectly, didn't he?
By the looks of things, yeah.
And X-Ray Delta is going to be the only man out of this session by 2/10. So H. Bosworth is back into Q3 again.
Been quite good consistency from a few drivers here, to be honest. It's quite reassuring to see.
It is reassuring to see. Alright, so everyone has now finished. So Dark Stomper has topped this session, so he's stamped his authority once again in the house. So we've got a few moments until Q3 starts. So obviously we only had 3 drivers out in this session. The top 3 were Dark Stomper, Tin in second is obviously our new driver, or one of our new drivers for tonight, so that's great to see, and Veloce Ayub is in third, our championship leader, so he's still right up there when we go into Q3, and our drivers out of the session are X-Ray, Delta, Schiffer and Milan Massimo, who starts 13th with no time on the board, obviously, because he did crash as well as Schiffer, but he did get his time in. So are we going to have a dry session, Lee, in Q3?
this is going to get extra spicy now.
Because that will be spicy, because that will make it interesting.
Do we know if it's going to be a dry race or not yet?
I don't know. Do you want to check the comments? But if anyone's listening, is it a dry race or not? And it looks like it's a dry track. So yeah, we do look like we're on a dry circuit. So that's definitely spiced it up for Q3, Lee. I don't mind a dry session for Q3.
Yeah, well, you get to see everybody's
True
proper
potential, yeah.
pace. Yeah, so it's we'll get to see who the big guns are.
And of course, they've had no warm up to this either.
Yeah, so it's going to be fun to see what happens.
And fair play, that was quite an interesting quali session. It's gone rather fast tonight. I'm already surprised we're in 2Q3. Obviously, we've only got about 11 minutes. Well, sorry, a little bit longer than that, about 15 minutes until the start of the race. And Marshall has left the session. You can send him an invite back or just Discord him as well, just to join back quickly, because otherwise the lobby may glitch. And Asboy out on track, Dark Stomper as well. Tin is out on track, and Animal is also on the track. And Bosworth, Phoenix is just coming out, Carl is waiting. We've got a dry quali session for Q3. A few newbies, or a couple, 3 newbies into Q3. Going to start seeing a true pace now. And, this is going to be exciting to watch. So come then, the predictions for pole positions. Right, we've had a few races now.
I think Tim's shown really good pace, but so's Dark Stomper, so...
Alright, top 3. In no particular order.
In no particular order. It's tough, to be honest. It's really tough. I'm stuck.
Well, we're going to have to go with our championship leader for one, are we not?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
yeah, he's going to be up there as well, yeah. It's Dark Stomper, watching Tim, I'd say.
Okay, there we go, we got it from the that's our top 3. I'm going to go with Veloce. Veloce, Tin. Yeah, do you know what? I think I agree with you. I think that's probably what it's going to be. So I'm going to agree with Lee on that. We're going to agree on this. Dark Stomper, Tin and Veloce. So we're just going to have to wait and see. We've got Fatality on his lap. Car 97 for one night only. And he's nice. Well, I say nice. And he invalidates. That's not so nice for Fatality. So he's already messed a lap up, so he's only going to have another lap to go. We got Carl on out laps. We've got everyone on laps now, Lee. Pretty much. Who's going to be the first man? Looks like a racing point to me, and it's going to be H. Bosworth, the first man to set a time, to set the benchmark.
Just give me 2 seconds. Do you know if iMarshall joined? Sorry?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't yet. Do you want to put it in the Discord quickly, Lee?
Yeah, that's no worries.
Thank you. And iMarshall set a time. Dark Stomper has gone fast. Is 24.8. Bazaboy 25.5. We got Veloce coming into the final corner. Let's see what our championship leader can do in this penultimate round. Second fast is 24.8. It's 24.822 for Dark Stomper, 24.894 for Veloce. Nothing separating the top 2 in the championship at the minute, and nothing separating them on track either at the moment. We've got Phoenix into the pits as he must have invalidated his lap time. We've got Mars on a lap. We've got Tin in 3rd place, Lee, so our prediction is right at the minute. It's a good result from McLaren at the minute.
Well, let's Just give me 2 moments here. Because I need to get Marshall back in the lobby here.
No worries. I'm just going to stick with Carl for the minute, taking a full-time role in Alpha Tauri. So let's see what he can do. That's just over 6 minutes to go. I'm Marshall, join the session. Thank you very much, Lee. We'll see what the Alpha Tauri driver, also running the car 97 for tonight's race. So apology if we get any drivers confused. Sometimes I do use driver numbers as a bit of an indication, especially when you're not actually on that driver, but tonight's going to be a little bit difficult. But a nice course as you've got Lee's phone going off in the background as you've got a couple of corners to go, and Carl goes 7th fastest. So these times, Lee, are very close for the mid-pack in the top 10, with Mars sneaking in 4th place there. So it's a real battle between Renault and McLaren tonight.
Yeah, it's quite good, and then you've also got the racing points just right behind them.
Yeah.
Soon to be called Aston Martin in the next game, which I'm quite looking forward to seeing a green car on track. I think the last one was Jaguar, was it?
No, we had Cosworth was the last, Caterham was the last one, wasn't it? 2014.
Oh yeah.
And we had Lotus
Caterham
before that.
Oh, that was the one with the ugly nose.
That was the one with the ugly women's apparatus nose, yeah. As I think Hobo and Gaz are rubbing off on me. As we're seeing some of the drivers still not set laps. The 2 Ferrari drivers have not set laps at the moment. We're with Fatality at the minute, both with the black helmets tonight, Lee. There is really no separating them. Have you seen any of the actual nice coloured tribute helmets yet? Have you noticed any, really?
I've seen a few, I've seen a few in the chat earlier on. They're actually really nice looking.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, myself.
Go on.
Yeah. Myself, yesterday I went and sported a straight up black one that had just like a couple of pink stripes around it.
Yeah, he did like his bright coloured shirts, didn't he?
I just liked the colour pink, really. That was just a wee bit
see, you should have gone with that. Nice touch. Yeah, actually, me and Stantan, by no coincidence, have pretty much got the exact same helmet. Had the black with the red, white, and blue stripes on it. And it works better for Stanton actually, because he's a French driver, I think. So it works perfectly well for him. But it is quite nice. Seeing a few of these nice white with red, white, and blue on them. It's been really nice to see. As we're going to see Baz Boy just start his lap now. We've got a few guys on out laps with 3 minutes 40 to go in this qualifying session. And of course, as we've got a couple of seconds to talk about this before it all starts hotting up, I think we're going to have to do the traditionals tonight, aren't we, guys?
Sorry?
The traditional, traditional start.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we're going to have a go at that in a few minutes. I was never going to touch it. That was like sacred ground, that. Never touch that. It's almost like a lights out and away we go, and I can't do that either. But in my eyes, but we'll do it one time only. And we've still got some guys on out laps. I've got 2 Ferraris on laps actually at the moment. Phoenix to be the first man, and his teammate right behind him. This is going to be their one and only shot, I think, Lee. As actually, no, Fatality is about to set another. Phoenix, sorry, is about to set another lap, and Fatality is invalidated his lap time once again. So I'm not too sure what these two are gonna do. 32 for Phoenix there. That's obviously definitely not good enough, and he's definitely going again now.
Ooh.
I'm not too sure. Bazaboy
Bazaboy.
going fastest. He's probably heard us over the live stream and trying to prove us wrong now. Really setting in a good time there, and it's nothing separating the top 3. Top 4 is still very close. To be honest, top 5 is still pretty close, all things considered. I'm saying, what do you think? H. Bosworth is putting a pretty good lap there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pretty decent lap, you know. I still feel he could go faster, to be honest. He has proved himself in the past before that he is capable. So I'm hoping that you could improve on that.
Amaral has improved on his 24.992, goes 4th fastest, moves Tin down, but he's on an outlap, so we're going to see what he can do in a minute. Fatality, only man to not set a time. It just glimpsed it there. It's a purple sector 2, so we're going to see what he does. He's really low on battery now, but I think does he have enough fuel to get to the end though? This is the thing. He can't get on anyone's way on the in lap. We'll just see what he does. His Ferrari teammate just ahead. What's he do? Goes a bit faster, still stays 9th. Let's see what his teammate does. Second fastest for the Ferrari driver. It's hotting up now, 24.5. And this top 3 is a bit different from what we thought at the minute, Lee.
Yeah, well, there's still time. There's still another good couple of minutes left.
Got about 30 seconds until the checkered flag is out. We have got Mars on a lap, who has been up there a few times this season, the Renault man, and I'm not too sure if he's on the lap. I think he probably is. He's running in hot lap mode. We're just seeing Veloce about to start his lap. Let's just see if Mars finishes his lap. He does. He's got a 25.3 to beat. Let's see where he can go. Goes 6th fastest. I think he would have found that he could have done a little bit better than that, but that's just the way things go sometimes. We have got some more drivers on lap. We've got an Alpha Tauri about to come down now, and I think that, yeah, it's going to be Carl just finishing his lap. Obviously new driver. Let's see what he can do. 25.7 to beat. He's got a little bit of time to make up, Lee, to get a bit further up the grid. And we've got a McLaren coming up next. We've got Tin coming up next. This was predicted our top 3, and then Carl did a 25.2. Did go faster, but not fast enough to make serious gains up the grid. Let's see what he does. 25.1 to beat, and he does a 24.7. He's not going to be in the top 3, Lee.
5,000ths of a second. Holy moly.
And H. Bosworth now to cross the line, 8th fastest, 25.2, very close between him and Carl. We've got a Renault coming round now. The championship leader is coming into the final 3 corners of the lap when he comes around club, and through the final corner down the Hamilton straight he comes in the 3rd fastest. He goes with the 24.6. I've been waiting to do it. I was just waiting to do it. And we see him fatality. Sorry guys, personal joke going on there. And fatality about to cross the line. So that's it, Lee. Dark Stomper still in the lead, in pole position for this race, with fatality and Mars in 3rd. Mars, where did that come from? Didn't even notice that. Made a joke about the Hamilton straight, and Mars comes in and goes 3rd fastest. Brilliant attempt there for the Renault boys, 2nd and 3rd at the moment. I say at the moment, that's it. With the Dark Stomper taking pole position, so close between the top 3. That is what we like to see. A 24.482 for Dark Stomper, 24.534 for 2nd fatality. Mars is in 3rd with a 24.540, and then we've got 4th is Veloce Ayub, our championship leader. Bazaboy is in 5th. 6th is Tin. Amaral is in 7th. 8th is H. Bosworth. Carl is in 9th, and Phoenix runs out the top 10. So we don't know if it's a dry or wet race yet, do we, Lee?
No, just looking there, the times between, like, is it Bazaboy and Tim, and then H. Bosworth and Carl, think it was, so close to the minuscule amount of second. Like, that is mad. Excuse me a moment. Jesus. I need a drink. Luckily I've got my coffee.
So, wet start, Lee.
Ooh.
The first wet race in LFR. Here we go. I think, I'm not too sure. Did we have one earlier in the season, Tuesday, actually? They come so fucking fast.
Possibly?
I'm not too sure, but we've got these guys now setting up. It looks like, as you can see, Lee, there's some blue sky shining through there.
Yeah, it does look like it may be dry up, but...
Which are, in my opinion, the very best races. A wet, dry, wet, whatever combination are the very best. So we might be in for a cracker, and we all know, even though me and Lee might be a little bit biased on this opinion, that Silverstone is one of the best tracks, and probably it is one of the best tracks. I've done it before a few times, one of the best tracks to commentate on as well, to be honest.
Oh, see here, everybody's on the soft.
Oh, this is...
Rhythmic in the 16th place on the mediums, Collins and HRL.
Well, I think this, we got to do this one proudly for Murray, I think, tonight. This might be an absolute cracker. So, we've got guys on dry tyres. Everyone's on the dry. So, how long is this weather going to stay like this for? This start is going to be risky for drivers. We may see some incidents in the first lap, so we'll just have to wait and see about that. We've got Dark Stomper flying away, but I think he's doing this for a really good reason. He needs to get those tyres warm. In these conditions, you don't really want to be driving around too slow, actually.
Yeah, I mean, he's already... Where is he? Oh, he's Traffle already, and Mitch is still... just coming up to Cops now.
Yeah, sorry, Lee, can I just interrupt there? We've got pit stop predictions. One stop, soft to medium in the middle of the race, soft to hard, probably a little bit earlier on. And as we can see, pretty much everyone is on the soft tyres, so the medium runners may be able to go onto the soft. Sorry to cut you off there, Lee. Just give it out that little bit of information. So the top two miles ahead of everyone else, but I'm not sure. I'm wondering if that is gonna. Oh, sorry, Dark Stomper was one ahead of Fatality and Mars, and then there's another big gap between those drivers. They're actually all starting to bunch up now.
At the end of that.
So we have got disqualified is Amal, so just him strangely, but anyway. He will still be in the race, don't worry guys, as we are now just waiting for...
By the way, I forgot to mention I started my broadcast, my stream, and I put it in the chat.
Yeah.
But,
anyway, we're just waiting for these drivers to line up. So we've got 3 lights, 4 lights and 5 lights. But we're not going to go yet. There is a pause. And we're go for this British Grand Prix and Tuesday night racing, and Dark Stomper has got away really well with Fatality close behind, and they're all going through turn 1. And it looks like he's been pretty good so far, with not too many incidents towards the back. I don't know if you can confirm or deny that, Lee. At the minute, there's a bit of changing going on, but the top 3 have now changed. Veloce has overtaken Mars in the first few corners of this lap, and we've got a few drivers quite close behind one another. We've got X-Ray Delta here, really close to H. Bosworth. We're going to see if there's any moves going on into Brooklands. Got some moves going on at the back with Stantan and Phoenix trying to go round the outside of the Alfa Romeo driver, and they're wheel to wheel between Field and Schiffer just got a bit of oversteer there in
Nope.
these slightly wet conditions. I'm not too sure what happened there. I'm not sure if there's any wing damage between these drivers. We've got Mitch right on the back of Con's YT at the minute, and Cons goes wide, and Mitch almost loses the car through cops.
Got to say, the best start there, Collins and Mitch, both of them, incredible starts from the pair of them.
And they're
still battling.
and Cons is having a fight with Mitch, and Mitch goes down the inside of Chapel and round the outside of Beckett's. What a move from the Mercedes driver there, with the two Renault drivers are now fighting out down into the club chicane we go, and Mars is now retaken third place, and Stomper is starting to pull away, but he does go wide through the final corner. That's definitely going to be a warning, I think, with Bazza Boy has spun round and he's onto the grass, as well as Alfa Romeo of Stanton, who needs to be careful with these drivers coming through. And there's a racing point in the walls, H. Bosworth. There's been a bit of it was a really good first lap actually, and now it's all sort of gone wrong. And let's see what Basil Trismic has been spun round as well. It's all sort of going on now at the start of this race. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice.
I think with the weather the way it is right now, people are finding it hard to find the limit, and it seems like a lot of them are going over it a tad, which is understandable in these sort of damp conditions. But I'm thinking it may be soon, it may be time to go into the inters maybe. If this gets any heavier.
I'm not sure, yeah. But we don't know what the weather's going to be like for the rest of the race. Of course, we don't actually have. That'd be a good addition to F1 21, I suppose. Having.
That's the boys right on the tail end of Cons going into Beckett's. And he might. Oh, Cons goes a wee bit. Oh, Boy touches the back of Cons there. Cons cut across just that wee tad too much there, and made Boy lose traction out of Chapel. But he's right back on the tail, determined to make up into that 12th place.
Got the Williams drivers flying out in 15th and 16th at the moment. We're now on lap 3 of this Tuesday night British Grand Prix, and a 3-second time penalty for Cons, YT, and Phoenix and Mitch are fighting out through turn number 3, and Phoenix has come out on top in that battle at the minute, with Beckett just a little bit up the road. We've got a tenth or so between this top 3. The fight for second at the minute, Lee, is starting to hot up a little bit now.
Yeah, and Ayub's sticking right.
Schiffer is retired from the session. That could be a safety car.
Let's see, where is it? Oh, that is disappointing. You see. Oh.
We've got a battle going on, sorry Lee. We're 2 of the new drivers, and they're going wheel to wheel through buckets and buckets. Oh. That did seem like a bit of an accident waiting to happen there.
Yeah, it is a risky overtaking place, but
especially
get
in
it done then.
these conditions. An X-ray Delta has picked up damage as well from that incident, and that's very, very unlucky for the Red Bull driver. And Schiffer has joined the session, but he's DNF'd, so not too sure what happened to him there. Carl is in the pits for that damage, and
so you see, Mitch is actually up 11 places.
wow,
That is incredible, I've got to say, from
last on the grid, started 19th, yeah, 19th and last. He's really putting in a good last to first challenge at the minute, and he's really suited, and he's on the medium tyres as well, Lee.
Yeah, that's what's surprising me also. I mean, he's just pulled out of the bag.
Intermediates, I Marshall has DNF'd. Virtual safety car has been deployed. 17 drivers.
On 3 there.
Yeah, he's just spun out there by the looks of things. The reserve driver is now out of the race. But we've got Admiral on the inters now, so we're going to see how this... It is looking like it's getting heavier. I think Admiral might have made a really, really good call here. Because these guys are all going to be struggling, I think. It's starting to look like it's going more to the inters than the softs at the minute. This is... I don't know when it's going to end. It should be ending any second now. And there we go, as I say. So we'll keep an eye on Admiral at the minute. Keep an eye on his...
As you see, Carl spun. Carl has spun there at Warfield.
He's got to be careful. The driver's coming through. He has got Admiral coming through. The driver he had an incident with the lap before.
See, Admiral was losing a wee bit of the tail end there.
But we're going to see what happens. We've got Delta on the hards. I don't think that was a choice he really wanted to make. He's going to be super struggling on those tyres, as well as Carl. That's probably... I don't think that was a wise choice. And we're going to see what Admiral can do now, because he is the only man on the intermediate tyres. And obviously he's put these on now, and if he goes back to a set of dries, he can use any tyre he likes now, doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, it is appearing that DRS is still available, so...
I think it is at that crossover point though, and we don't know if it's going to get heavier or not, so he might have made... If it gets heavier, he's made a really good call, but he is struggling a little bit. It really is that crossover. As obviously people won't know this, it's like that race in last year's game at Italy. It's just almost been off big time already. If you remember, Lee.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, we have got Carl on the hards, just going for a move, round the outside of turn 4, and he's trying to get the switch back, but he isn't able to complete it just yet. So I think it is a crossover. Maybe you're right. I think it's still the soft tyres. Well, sorry, the dry tyres are still the better ones, and we're going to go back to this battle for third now, as we've been neglecting these three, and it's H. Bosworth getting out the way there. So I just wondered where that racing point came from. Could you have a little look at the comments in LFR, please, Lee? 7 comments at the minute.
Yep, that's no worries.
And Admiral has been spun round again. Not good for the racing point driver. And we've got all these 3 drivers, Lee, fighting it out with Tin, getting involved in this battle as well. There's 4 drivers fighting for second place at the minute.
This is why I love wet races. This is why the action is just incredible.
Yellow flag in the Beckett's complex. I think that's Admiral Racing Point not having a good day.
That's Carl. Carl on the just came out of chapel. I think he
he's
just got a bit oversteer. That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate, but we'll get back to this battle for second place at the minute, Lee, because this is very exciting. We've still got DRS enabled, I think. Welcome if you've just joined us, and we are on lap 6 of this British Grand Prix, and we're seeing Veloce having to defend this 4th place. Oh, and he's being squeezed by Tim, but Tim is just given... Veloce was squeezing Tin. Another Murray is in there with Tin now getting in to 4th place. And Mars is just spun, coming out the final corner. And that is not good for the Renault driver. He needs to get on with it, because he's right on the racing line at the minute. We've had 3 drivers out in this session. He's got Beckett close behind. I don't know if he's got any damage, Lee. Has Mars got any damage?
No, he is. No, that was the wrong car. He's got a front end plate missing on the left hand side, so he's going to have to pit most likely unless he feels it's okay, which I do doubt, because in the wet weather you do need as much downforce as possible.
It is.
But as you see Beckett, is he going for a move on Mars? He backs out of it, unfortunately. He's going up the inside of Warfield.
Stanton been disqualified for going the wrong way.
Oh.
good day for a few of these drivers. We're now down to 15 drivers on lap 7. These conditions are really being a struggle for a lot of these drivers. Got yellow flag in sector 1. Don't think it's going to cause any VSC or safety car. And we've got Phoenix on the back of Beckett as well, Lee.
Yeah, it was just right up the middle. Phoenix, is he going to do it? He's up past Mars, round the outside. Is he going to make it happen?
What a move by the Ferrari driver there, round the outside. He's going to have to defend to the inside. And the Alfa Romeo fighting with him, and he's just been squeezed out with Mars close behind with that wing damage though. I don't know why he hasn't pitted, but he hasn't.
I think he may be staying out because it may get wetter possibly in a few laps time, so he might be willing to make that small sacrifice.
The rain is pretty much stopped, I think, Lee. It's very, very light spit now, so I think we're going to move over to a dry track. We still have got these guys. Obviously we've got Dark Stomper in the lead at the moment. We've got Fatality, who is starting to become under pressure from Tintin now. Tin. I'm doing it also. I said I'd do some variations. I'm not even doing them on purpose anymore. Tin is in third place, and hunting down second at the minute. Veloce Ayub is in fourth and still close behind. Then we've got Phoenix, who's having a really good race in fifth position. It's looking quite good for the Ferrari team at the minute.
Beckett's still on the tail of Phoenix at the moment. Coming through Chapel, we'll have the BRS. Oh, as we see, Cons has spun. Cons has spun at turn 1. Oh. Now, I'm sorry, Codemasters, but that is bull.
Oh.
That is no.
Oh, this is a shame. We're having a few disqualifications at the minute. It is a bit of a shame. We've had Mars coming into the pits. Mitch still having a really good race there into 8th place on the Who's medium tyres, and it's really going to start working out for him now, so I'm sure those tyres won't be too worn because of those wet conditions.
Yeah, Mars has pitted. He's getting that front wing changed. Sorry to...
That's alright.
Yeah, as you see, Basil Boy's catching up to the back of Beckett and Phoenix here. He's got the BRS, so that will allow him to catch up to the pair of them.
Yeah, we've got this fight for second at the moment, Lee. I think we should stick with this. Fatality holding up a good defence at the minute, but we haven't actually looked at it all race. We're going to have a look at the telemetry. We're going to have a look at some battery with Fatality having quite a bit at the minute. Around 50% or 45% for Tin, and Veloce not that much, only 20%, so he's going to start trying to charge up those batteries. Are we going to see some pit stops yet from any of these three drivers? No one's coming into the pits as of yet. Fatality still leading this pack, lap 10, and fastest lap for Dark Stomper, 129.64, and we're saying that Veloce now taking it, 29.149. Track is definitely ramping up, even though they've been on these tyres for 9 laps.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, Phoenix.
Oh,
and Bazzaboy getting in there as well.
Side dress, side.
Oh, God, so close.
The battle between this trio is just incredible.
They are having a very good battle. Cons YT has left the session. Hats off to Cons. Just a shame that Codemasters can be a bit of a you know what. As we're seeing Mitch as well, and getting close to these guys. He has got H. Bosworth, I think, behind him, but these guys are very, very far back in the pack now, which is a shame. We still have got 14 drivers in this race. We're on lap 10 of 26. It is now a dry track at Silverstone. Bazavoy now going to have a look on Phoenix, but we've got a few battles going on here, because we're going to see. Are we going to see Tim making a move for second place?
I think he's going to be waiting for the Wellington straight, to be honest.
Admiral, 3 second time penalty for multiple warnings. Let's have a look now. I think he's calmed down at the front. Bazboy is going to go for a move. Going to have to go round the outside. I think he's going to make it before the braking zone. He does. Phoenix drops back behind him. And he has got Beckett close behind him as well. But no move into the chicane for Phoenix. And he makes a big mistake. I was going to open the door for Beckett. Yes, he was just a little bit too far behind. We'll move back to this front trio. You see when Tin is going to start to have a look for an overtake. These three are very, very solid on pace, I think.
Yeah. Dark Stomper's just managing to keep it steady while they are battling, so that's possibly going to work out to his advantage, but when he does that, he may come out in a slight bit of traffic, which may hold him up.
I think that's what they're waiting for. I think they want Dark Stomper to pit first and get held up. And just hope that something can happen. Just interested to see if they are closing the gap to Dark Stomper. We're just going to see for a second, mate, if Tin going to do that. I do this every week, don't I? I stick with one and I do it. It's just going to be called a Joeism. Dark Stomper is into the pits. He didn't cross the line while speeding, so he's alright with that one. Fatality is pit. They're all doing the same thing. Veloce is staying out, so keep an eye on this man. We don't know how his tyres are doing. Obviously well enough. And Phoenix is having a fight with a lap car as well. That was a bit insane. With Beckett going into the pits and Amaral unlapping himself, which he's entitled to do.
Yeah, but more than entitled. I mean, if you are clearly faster than the car ahead, then you're more than welcome.
Bazavoy comes out in second place. Phoenix. So Dark Stomper has got a bit of traffic because he's got 3 guys ahead of him who haven't pitted yet, and they are just ahead, and they are fighting.
But Mitch right now,
he's having at the moment he's on for driver of the day at the moment with his performance. Not so good for his teammate in 11th, but he's getting some decent points. We're seeing a battle here. Mars has just overtaken Beckett, and unfortunately we just wasn't able to catch that. Let's see if Beckett can respond down the Wellington straight. I don't think he's going to be able to. We'll just cut away from that for a few moments. We're going to see if Mitch can take third spot off Phoenix into this next section. I'm pretty sure he will. 60% battery. Phoenix has been holding up a hell of a defence, but he's not got nothing left in that battery tank, and he's going to have a go down the outside, and Phoenix doing a great defence there for the Ferrari man, and into the pits he comes, and Dark Stomper now going through. He doesn't have to deal with that bit of traffic, so he's going to like that. Let's see what Veloce does. He's actually gone past the pits. He's gone on to another lap. So what's he going to try here? He's just going to go on to the mediums, is he? But he's just going to be a bit fresher at the end.
I think what he's most likely doing is he's trying to create a gap to the car behind, which is Mitch in second place, and try and get the overcut and come back out in first place. So he'll be pushing right now. He's hoping that Mitch is going to be getting hold up Dark Stomper.
Well, we will keep an eye on that. Mars is overtaking Phoenix as he's just leaving the pits. Beckett has just come out ahead of Phoenix, but obviously he's on fresh tyres.
See, Amaral gets another 3.5 penalty.
Got Tin close behind. Fatality again on the fresh rubber this time, and I'm not sure.
Ayub stays out again.
Fatality has got Ayub out, staying out again, is he?
Yeah, he's staying out. He's stretching, and mind you, he might just be good on them tyres right now.
He might be. Tintin still not made a move on Fatality yet. Still been holding up.
Again, Tintin. Your Murrayism coming out.
Anyway, yeah, Tin is just behind Fatality. I just liked Tintin as a kid, mate. I can't
I used to love watching it. It was brilliant. I think
it was.
I think I just watched the
Yellow
film
Flag
of it.
League Racing Point
Oh,
off the circuit.
that's Amaral. Now where is that? That's at turn 2.
He's really not having a good race.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, he's just got in the way. Oh, he needs to be
Beckett.
extra careful there.
Yeah, that was close. I'm not going to lie, I was on board with that there. Let's see, did Beckett pick up any damage? No, he's safe.
Oh, sorry,
What's
Lee.
going on?
Got Dark Stomper right on the back of Mitch now. So see if Mitch is going to hold him up. And Vlotche's in the pits.
Has he timed this right?
He's retired, and Amaral is retired on track. But you just send him a message, and Dark Stomper is through on Mitch. Would you just send Amaral a message?
Yeah.
You know what? Pit Vlotche coming out now. This is going to be closely. This is going to be close. Mitch has just gone through. Vlotche is coming out now. He hasn't made the overcut work. Fatality and Tin has gone through. He's not made. He's actually. Is he going to? He's come back out where he was, bar Mitch. But he is crucially on 2-lap fresher tyres. Only 13 drivers left in this race. Obviously we had that mixed conditions with the dry tyres in the wet conditions at the start, and it caught out quite a few drivers in this race. We had a couple disqualified, unfortunately, because Codemasters can be a little bit unfair, to put it nicely, sometimes. But that's the way it goes. We've got 13 left. We're at just over half distance in this race. And it's looking pretty interestingly with Tin just behind Fatality at the moment.
Yeah, oh, he's right close. Coming out of Chapel. Let's see, he's got the DRS. Is he going to make it? Definitely going to make a move. If not, I think it would be silly.
He hasn't yet, no. He could have a go into the chicane though. Sometimes people wait.
Yeah,
And I think he
I've been
is
in that situation.
looking to have a go, and he's late on the brakes. I'm surprised he didn't make a lunge there, to be honest. H. Bosworth, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Saw Mitch go through there. Fatality and Tin and Veloce all going through on to the next lap, down the Hamilton straight into Abbey, and now into Farm. And round turn 3, turn 4, and up towards the Wellington straight now. We're just waiting to see when Mitch is going to pick, because of course he's going to go onto the soft tyres now, no question, with around 10-11 laps to go. You've got Drismic fighting with Milan Massimo, and Milan holding out over Drismic at the minute, but he is going to have the inside. Is he going to go for a lunge? No, he doesn't. He backs out for the time being. These guys on similar aged tyres, I think they're going to have to pit again. So, Dark Stomper's looking quite comfortable at the minute.
Yeah, he's still got roughly about a 4-second gap, 4 to 5-second gap on Fatality. He was on the same lap age of wear and tyres.
Yeah.
But we'll see where he comes out. I'm guessing at the moment he'll possibly come out in 6th place, 37, after he picks. But he will have the speed to get back up there. With being on softer tyres while being lighter on fuel.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's going to have to pit the next lap or two though to make it really effective, because he's just going to run out of laps.
Yeah, and also you don't want to be on them too long. I mean, the medium runners of fatality and kind of catching them at quite a fast rate, to be
I would
honest.
say pitting this lap is probably the best option for him now.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he does. Dark Stomper hasn't gained too much on him though, crucially, on Mitch.
No, oh, you see fatality.
Gets 3 second time.
On.
Yeah, that's going to help Tin. And
That's going to be music for years.
Veloci still being quiet at the back of this pack at the minute. Tin still not trying to have a go yet. Yeah, he's coming into the pits. He's made the smartest move possible now. Oh, he's braking though. Is he got 5-second penalty? He was braking early, tries to make up for it on the accelerator, and that's not what he wants. That is definitely not what he wants. So we'll keep an eye on where Mitch is going to come out. My guess is around Beckett. Yeah, between Beckett and Phoenix, maybe. I'm not too sure. We'll just have to see. Or maybe even, I think maybe in front of Mars, actually. We'll just have a look at this. This is going to be pretty close. I think Mars is just going to get ahead. Yeah, he does. And Beckett's just going around turn 1 now. So
Yeah,
he's come out in 7th, and he's got a bit of time to make up there. I don't know where he's going to come. He's still doing a very good job though, where he is. He's got 10 now, a 10th behind Lee.
Yeah, he's staying patient. I think he's analysing what they thought he will be doing. Waiting for that opening.
I think he's going to have a go at that opening any minute now. He's still not having a look, but Fatality's used a lot of battery defending now, and Tim's just been patient for the 2nd place. Be a fantastic performance for the newcomer tonight, Lee.
Yeah, I mean he's came in, guns blazing, straight up. He's not taking any prisoners.
Just come out of the pits.
But right now he's being patient. Oh, see, Fatality will most likely get the DRS, is he?
Yeah, he will do.
Keep an eye on
and
that.
obviously Drismic is obliged to get out of the way. He's got to get out of the way. The tin as well. Veloci got to laugh about it. Veloci going through as well. And they're starting to run low on that battery now. We haven't got too many laps to run in this British Grand Prix. I have to admit, it's been a pretty good British Grand Prix so far in Tuesday night.
Yeah, there has been plenty of battles. I mean, 2 seconds then you get a drink.
And Tin's going to have a go into Copsley. They're going to go side by side, and Tin goes through into 2nd place. What a move, but crucially, he's not going to get the DRS now, so we're going to see Fatality, I'm sure, fight back for this 2nd place, and Veloci's on the back of the both of them now. This is definitely going to be a 3-way battle for 2nd place. And let's see, yes, Fatality is going to have a go back. He's going to have to go around the outside. He's going to make it hard work for him. Tin, Fatality, side by side. He has to go a little bit wide, and he makes the move stick. What a move from the Ferrari driver. This is incredible racing for the last few laps.
That was a really nice move. I'm not going to lie, that was...
And Veloci and Bazza Boy, unfortunately, is a little bit too far behind this group now. We're still keeping an eye on Mitch. He might make up a place or 2 by the end of this race. Let's just have an eye, but obviously, crucially, it's this battle for the 2nd place on the
Mitch just made up... Sorry. Mitch just made up about 2 seconds worth in that 1 lap on Mars. So it's... I think he is going to possibly catch up in the next couple of laps, and possibly he might be able to catch Bazaboy as well, and maybe get that 5th place if he's quick enough, but he's going to need to get the hustle on.
He's going to have to get a bit of a wriggle on indeed, and these 3 are still not separated by anything. Veloci's just holding back, and Veloci's still looking in a pretty good position. I know he's got the penalty. Are these 2 in the top 4 got 3 seconds each, Lee?
No, the only people with a penalty is
Yeah, so
Ayub.
no, Fatality's got one as well.
Yeah, you've got 6 seconds.
Oh,
He's gonna be
Fatality's
one-
got 6.
Yeah,
That's not what he's going to want, but obviously Tin is wanting to have a bit of fun out there and trying to make some moves. Made a good move into Cops a couple of laps ago. Is he going to have a go into turn 3 here? No, he's just a little bit too far back to have a bit of a lunge there. We're just waiting to see what Veloce can do, closing up to the back of the McLaren driver. I just think this is going to spice up for the last lap or two. I think Tin's going to have a go now, Lee. He's looking to the inside and he goes down the inside with Fatality holding it round the outside. Great defending again from the German. Sebastian Vettel would have been proud of that defence, I have to tell you. And Tin still holding that 3rd place, but it's really good performance from the Dutchman at the minute.
yeah. I mean, don't know what it is with the Dutch. They're really fast.
Very quick.
To be honest.
Yeah. Oh, and Tin just had a little bit of a kick. That would have been a bit squeaky bum time then. that was a little bit close. They're both flashing. No battery for the two of them. And Veloce has got 46%. So keep an eye out for the championship leader. He's been a little bit cunning here, Lee. Just watching the battle ensue ahead of him.
Yeah, well, he's going to need to get 3 seconds on Tim, but in order to do that, he's possibly going to have to deal with the fatality as well. So it's a bit of a what's going to happen really. But I'm looking back at the Mitch right now. He's gained up another second this lap on Mars. So the softs are really working for him, because you see a yellow flag in sector 2.
It was Milan. He's recovered now. Yeah, so we're still seeing Fatality having to hold up. It is holding up a great defence at the minute. This is one of the best defensive drives I've seen for quite a long time, I think, from Fatality at the minute. Great battling. My Tuesday night, one of my Tuesday night teammates, so called, and he's doing really well at the minute. And we'll see if Tin, yeah, he is making the Ferrari team proud, and see if Tin's gonna have a go. He thinks about it, but he isn't able to do it just yet. Lights flashing on the back of both these cars, I imagine. And as I say, keep an eye out for Veloce. He's still saving up that battery. 24 on lap 23 now. We've got 4 laps to go. Pits is Milan. Drismic is going to overtake Milan now, so he goes up to 12th place. H. Bosworth in 11th. Extra Doubter is getting a point for Red Bull at the minute. Phoenix is in 9th. He was having a great start to this race in those mixed conditions. He sort of dropped back a little bit since it's dried up, and there is a battle going on here. Sorry, Tin goes down the inside into Beckett's, and they're both wheel to wheel, and he gets pushed off the track, just Fatality. But they are still quite close, and Veloce still watching this battle ensue ahead of him. And Tin now takes 2nd place, and with Fatality having those penalties, he may drop off the podium now.
That's unfortunate. I mean, I think Ayub's a way to go and pick his moment now. In all honesty, as you see him coming around Chapel, he's right on the tail.
Yeah, he's not using that. He's not using that battery yet. No, he's waiting. We're going to have 3 laps to go in just a few moments' time, and he's going to come on to his.
Oh, Fatality with another 3-second time penalty. That is unfortunate.
I've got a racing point getting out of the way of H. Bosworth now.
That is unfortunate, to be honest. But yeah, it's still amazing battling between the 3 of these guys here.
We could still see Veloce though take 2nd place. just don't think this is over yet for the battle for second, because Veloce has got a ton of battery, and we will have to wait and see what happens. Milan has left the session. Could you invite Milan back, please?
Okay.
Thank you. And just message him on Discord telling me he has to come back, and you know why. Phoenix, another 3-second time penalty. Tim is in second. We've just got to keep an eye out for Veloce. He's going to have to start using that battery from the next lap onwards, surely, because he's not going to have enough time to use it all. So we must see him use it down the straight now to overtake Fatality and try and get on the back of Tin. And Tin is actually closing that gap to Dark Stomper now, which is a shame. He couldn't have got through a little bit earlier on.
See, X-Ray Delta's in the pits.
X-Ray Delta is into the pits, and I'm not oh, he's just come out. It was a free pit stop. He's going to try and do the fastest lap, I think,
Yeah, he'll be trying to pick up an extra point in lieu of his unfortunate team.
Sorry, I need to cut you off. We're going to see the attack now from Veloce.
Oh.
We've waited for this.
You see, sorry, as well, Mars just been overtaken by Mitch.
Mitch is now overtook him, but he has got time penalties. Mars has not. Mars is probably going to move up a good few places, but we're going to see if Veloce is going to start responding. We've got Fatality still getting DRS off Tin. So these three are all still very close together. Would you get a post ready about doing interviews, Lee? I definitely want to interview these drivers. I'm half tempted just to interview the top 4 actually for this. What do you think?
Yeah, to be honest, and yeah, it's...
Oh, Veloce goes a bit wide there and loses momentum through Cops through the for the penultimate time in this race. And are we going to see an attack from... Oh, and Fatality's made a mistake, and that's going to open the door for Veloce. It does open the door, and he's through. And now he's got a lap to get on the back of Tin, and Tin is really out of battery now. He's in danger of losing this second place, but crucially, Veloce has got a penalty. So I think this is just going to be a bit of a pride lap here, but it is all to play for. And we're seeing Dark Stomper now coming on to lap 26. Been formidable in this race once again, Lee.
Yeah, I mean, by the looks of it, it's just... Wow, this race, I'm honestly blown away, to be honest.
It's been
a lot better than I expected.
It has been a cracker. But are we going to see a cracker of an overtake from Veloce on this last lap, just for the pride of second place? And he goes...
Sorry, just Marshall and Mitch, ends up getting a 3-second time penalty.
So that's going to drop him down a bit further. We'll stick with this battle, but Veloce has now lost a lot of time to Tin. We're just seeing Dark Stomper come through Maggots and Beckett's for the last time. He's still in DRS range, and he has got a little bit of battery to play with, about 20% or so. It probably will go up to about that with under braking through this section. Yeah, 22%, and he opens that DRS for the final time, and we're going to see if he can have a go at Tin. I don't think he's going to be able to, but we see Dark Stomper, car 88, the Haas man. Dark Stomper has stomped all over this track today, and he wins the British Grand Prix, and he takes another win in Tuesday Night Racing with Tin coming home in second place. What a drive from the new man in the McLaren, and Veloce Ayoub coming home in third place. So still on the podium for the championship leader. Before this race, we'll have to do some workings out to see what has happened there. And great battle. Fatality coming in before. Would you put a post out about some interviews, Lee? Quickly,
yeah.
Just the top, or should we do the top 4? Just at them all?
Yep.
And Beckett coming across the line to take 8th place, and Phoenix also. Great performance there. Mitch coming home in 7th place. I think, personally, for me, Lee, I think my driver of the day is going to have to be Tin, to be honest.
You know what? I'm kind of split between Tim and Mitch, because Mitch drove an excellent race, to be fair as well, and to manage to come from 19th on the grid, starting on the mediums, which was a very, very like high risk, high reward call, but he's made it pay off. So
I tell you what, if anyone's
yeah,
listening, because we're undecided, Mitch or Tim in the comments below. If anyone's watching, try and keep an eye out for that for a minute. Yeah, so we'll try and get the top 4 in for an interview in a second. It does say Mitch driver of the day in the game, so I said we are split. But it was a great British Grand Prix. Obviously, a few drivers out, a couple of drivers out from disqualifications, which is not what we want to see. But Dark Tomper taking that win once again, and he's really going to be in a fight now for the championship. We've got these new drivers as well, and obviously we've got a long way to go still. We've got about 13 or 14 races still left to go. Austria next week, as I said, it was round 8 in M&R last week. God, my voice is going. And yeah, it was a great race. We're hoping for the same next week in Tuesday night racing, with Dark Stomper taking his win, Tin in second, Veloce Ayub in third, fourth is Fatality, Bazaboy is in fifth, sixth is Mars, seventh is Mitch, eighth is Beckett, ninth is Phoenix, 10th is X-Ray Delta, H. Bosworth is in 11th, Drismic is in 12th, 13th was Milan Massimo, but he did leave the session and didn't join back. Amral is 14th with a DNF, and Carl is 15th. 16th is Marshall, 17th Schiffer, Consway T in 18th, and 19th was Stan Tan. So is anyone wanting to do interviews, Lee?
I think you're going to need to just do get one of them up, and that's Tim, because I can't get him, unfortunately.
Oh, are they wanting to do it? Yeah.
I've just added.
I'm just gonna invite Tin. So we got Fatality. So guys, we'll just come to you one at a time when you do all join, but just make sure your mic settings are all correct. Tin, there he is. Here's Veloce.
Veloce's in.
Yeah, I'm here.
Have you got Dark Stomper? Is Dark Stomper? So we'll just wait to see if Dark Stomper. Do you want to just send Dark Stomper a DM, see if he wants to join? Just give us a few seconds, guys. Anyway, we'll see. We'll get started anyway, because we'll do Dark Stomper last if he does join. So,
Could I just interrupt quickly?
Yeah,
Sorry, has
sure.
everybody got their mic settings to always on?
yeah, just make sure your mic settings so they can hear it on the broadcast. Just go to your share part and party settings, I think.
Thank you.
That's alright.
And I was mostly saying thank you to them for going and doing
Oh,
that.
I thought you were saying thank you for me just describing
But
it. That's
that as well, yeah.
Are you ready, guys?
Yep, I'm ready.
So,
Yes.
Fatality, usually we just have the top 3, obviously we're hoping Dark Stomper will join. But because that battle was so close between the 3 of you, we thought he'd get you in as well. So, commiserations on your 4th place. That was did seem like a really good race though from the three of you, definitely. So how did you find that went, Fatality?
Yeah, that was my first ever manual shift race. So normally I would use automatic, but this time I thought, yeah, maybe I try manual. It was quite exhausting, especially in the early phase of the race.
Oh yeah,
because
with
of the rain.
yeah.
Yeah, I struggled quite a lot. Sorry for Tim for holding you up. You were definitely faster than me all race, I think. I pushed extremely hard, and that's why I got 9 second penalties in the end. But GG to those podium finishers. They were definitely quicker than me today.
Well, you did do really good. You got any questions, Lee?
Yeah. Do you race on a wheel or a controller?
Yeah, I use a wheel.
Yeah, because I was going to say, if that was a controller you were doing that on, I was going to say that is incredible.
Yeah,
Still very impressive though to be fourth with your first time there. And
yeah,
so,
doing. Sorry.
go on, no, it's fine.
No, like doing manual for the first time is, yeah, it would be quite hard to get the hang of first time. So, yeah, well done.
Thank you.
That was really good. So, Veloce, third place, buddy. Happy with that, or not too happy?
I mean, it was a tough race. The third man in the DRS never can do anything, so yeah, couldn't overtake.
Yeah, we were thinking that you was just sort of waiting to strike at the end because you had a huge amount of battery with about 3 laps to go, didn't you?
Yeah, I had, but then I had a lot of battery, but then I choked at the last lap to go past Tim. But even though I had 3 seconds penalty, so I still would have been P3.
Yeah, but it was anyway. Regardless, it was a great battle between the three of you. It was a shame that you couldn't catch up to Dark Stomper. But
yeah, I know
that happened pretty much all racing when it started drying up.
Yeah,
but we don't know. Obviously, he's still in a good fight for the championship at the minute, anyway. So third place is definitely not too bad, especially after last week. Seeing as
yes,
you didn't finish last week, so that's definitely a much better to be in third place. And anyway, so have you got any questions, Lee, before we move on?
Yeah, like, see, as it was starting to dry up and you seen, like, I think it was like lap 10, lap 11, the Dark Stomper and Fatality pitted. Were you thinking trying to overcut, hoping to get stuck in traffic, I'm guessing? Or were you just safe on the tyres?
Yeah, I mean my tires felt great, so I thought let's keep out, and I pushed for 4 more laps than the rest, and then I pitted. And I thought with fresh tires I could end up P2, but it wasn't the case.
Yeah, because I noticed you were still managing to keep the gap, at a steady pace. Well, the guys were was it Mitch was battling with Dark Stomper?
Yeah.
So yeah, you were still managing to keep that steady pace, but unfortunately it didn't pay off. But hey, well done still. You drove a hell of a race.
Yeah. And well, I don't think we're going to have Dark Stomper turn up, unfortunately. So our last guy, Tim, well done, mate. That was really impressive for your first drive in Tuesday night racing.
Yes, quite good race for the first race of the season. Driving not so very long with his wheel, so it cost a little bit of time to get used to it. But P2, we're very happy with that. So great performance this race.
It was really good. How did you find racing with these two?
Yeah, it's a nice battle. So nice battle for the podium and for P2. I had no penalties, so I had a lot of advantage from that. But nice fights and yes, great racing.
Any warnings? Or no warnings?
Yeah, 1 warning, but that was in the rain. I had a little bit of oversteer, so I'm quite a bit wide there. But
yeah, it was definitely an interesting start. We wasn't sure on obviously spectating that if it was gonna get heavier. It looked like at a point it was getting heavier for a second, and then it sort of eased off again. Because a couple of guys went on inters, I think, and it was sort of balanced between the two. It was really interesting. But yeah, no, it was really good performance for second place, and you picked up a good load of points as well in your first race. So
Yeah.
it's a great start. Got any questions, Lee?
I mean, see, when you were battling with them, were you feeling under pressure, or
Yeah,
or were you
they had
just
penalties,
calm?
so I don't have a lot of pressure because I love fighting with these people, but they had penalties, so it's not that pressing from behind, so it was great.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. Anyway, thanks very much, guys. Shame for Dark Stomper. Obviously, one of you have got to try and knock him off his perch soon, because he's been having he's come back and he's just stamped 2 race wins there. So looking to see if someone can knock off his perch. How are you 3 at Austria next week? What are you 3 like, guys?
What was the question?
How are you at Austria next week? What do you like?
Austria, it's my favorite track on the calendar because it's quite easy, not a lot of corners. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a fast track, so I don't like fast tracks at all, but it's a good track.
Did
To
any
be
of you...
honest,
Go on. Sorry.
the track is quite boring for me. I think. Yeah, it just has nothing. I think the track you can't really gain much, so the quali will probably be top 5 under 1/10.
Yeah,
I
probably.
assume. So yeah, it will be slipstream race all day.
It will be indeed. Did any of you check out yesterday's race?
I did not.
Should have a look. It was very good, actually. It was obviously very good today as well. But anyway, thanks guys for joining us for that. And yeah, so as I said, Austria next week on Tuesday. Got Tea Time League on Friday, which is Canada round 6 here on LFR, and on Monday we're at Bahrain next week for M&R for round 9. We're getting really quite a way through this season already. So as I said, thanks for a great race, guys, and thanks for joining us, Lee.
Yeah, that's no worries. So I'd say well done to all the drivers out there.
Yeah,
I mean, it was great racing.
It was especially between you 3. It was really good. Yeah, anyway, thanks for today. Thanks for the numbers for Murray as well. That was a nice touch. So yeah, thanks guys.
Thanks.
Anyway, yeah, we'll see you on Friday with Gaz for tea time. And as I said, Monday is Bahrain and Austria with these guys on Tuesday. See if someone can knock Dark Stomper off his top spot at the minute. And yeah, we will see you on Friday. So from me and Lee, it's goodbye.